Unmute. All right. Hello, chat. How are you doing? I am doing fine. Welcome to another episode of Breaking Things in Max MSP. It is time to get things started. Let me see if I can get my windows straight here. 1 second. I'm seeing a big old... Okay, there we go. That's better. All right. So yeah, to start off as all... Oh, hello! We've got some new folks here. We have... Let me say a big old welcome. 1 second, I'm all discombobulated here. Let me get a window where I can see shit better. Starfish Ho, hello! And Alexander Pranos. Panos, I'm blind. Holy crap, woo! I'm nervous, there's new people here. Hello and welcome. Starfish Ho says, so cool to see another Max user in the wild. Haha. Oh man, same to you too. Man, it is good to have some new folks in here. Hello, Teeth Engraved. Welcome, welcome. It is so cool to see all of you. And also a shout out to Zez55, a new follower this week. It is good to have everybody here. We are going to have some fun with our PlayStation 3 controller. And let's get this party started. Here's the patch we have so far. We're using the High object to connect. And we've got data coming in here. We've got some joystick data that we've hooked into a DX7, and we have a note coming out of each of our buttons. Last time, we slaved away on making octaves, so let's see how that's working. I'm going to assign the rest of these note outs, and this way I can catch all you new folks up on the goings-on. Let's assign this. You'll have to excuse me getting so flustered here. It's new people and I get easily excited. I'm still new to this whole streaming thing. So thanks for dropping by. And feel free to just hang out and watch, or feel free to participate. Tell me if I fuck things up and you have better ideas, or if you have other things that you want to suggest for this patch. So yeah, each of our buttons is a note. Right now we have the square button on C. Let's program us a little old scale here. So C, D, E flat, going up square, triangle, and R1, as if this were a fighting game. We have light, medium, and heavy punch. And let's do the kick buttons. We'll do X, circle, L2, going to up the scale on F, G, A flat. And yeah, let's stick to C minor here, and then L1 and L2 will give us our flat 7 and our octave. Flat 7, octave. Alright, everybody with us? Let's see if it works. We've got some notes. Yep. So when I move the joysticks around, let's pull up our synth here, see what's happening. We're controlling, you can see these sliders are being controlled by my left joystick up and down. Operators 2 and 4. And operator 5 and 3 are being controlled by my right joystick. We assigned some D-pad controls over the last couple of episodes, so if I hold down the right D-pad and press hard on it, we get louder notes. And if I hold down the left D-pad and press notes, we get quieter notes. And if I hit up, this was the victory of last week, we go up an octave. It's still working! Victory! And if I go down, we go down another octave. Huzzah! And shit can get kind of wild. The goal here today is we're going to be able to assign some scales. I think that is the plan. What we want to be able to do is just, instead of going through all of the steps that I just did in my patch, we want to be able to have a little old menu that just says, like, Aeolian or Major, and then select a root note, and be able to just automatically apply that to all of these notes here. That is our goal. What do you guys think so far? There we go. It feels pretty fun. Like, I'm pretty happy with this. Let's see. So, let's do it. That's our mission for the day. And as always, I like to leave myself a little breadcrumb trail. We didn't use this much last time, so let's put a happy little done on our list here. We did... Oh, not that. We did octave up and down last time on the D-pad. And today's mission is going to be menus to assign scales. So yeah, we have this under our do not forget list. And with that, we're going to make setup way easier. So this is for today. Alright, so to get started, I'm going to do a save as here because I'm paranoid as fuck. Oh, hey, chat. Alexander Panos says using col. Yes, that is my plan. I think col is going to be the way to go. That lets us put in lists of numbers or symbols if memory serves. And that should be perfect for storing our scales in. And Zez55 says, seems like a good plan. Thanks, guys. All right. We can do it. I'm ready. But first I'm going to do a save as because, see, also, paranoid as fuck. You never know when you're going to break something and want to go back a step. So, that is the plan. Now, my other rule of thumb is 1 bit at a time. So we're going to just do one scale first. Let's pull up a col. And let's pull up the help file for this object. Because that's always a good way to start. I've used Macs for a lot of years, but I still get rusty and need to remind myself how things work. So, col. Store and edit a collection of data. Col for collection. And allows for the storage, organization, editing, and retrieval of different messages. Oh yes, okay, so here's how storage works. You can look inside the col. It has a name. This one's called help col. And if I were to close this and click this message, it says store at slot 1, all of this crap. So if I open this, we should see, yep, 1 with a comma. That stands for the slot where stuff is being stored. And then the rest of the crap. A number, a float, and some text. And it ends with a semicolon to denote the end of the line. Cool. And if I hit 2 here, we should get another row at slot 2. Awesome. Good times. So each of those is probably going to hold a scale for us. That's the idea. What happens, just to make sure we understand this object, what happens if I put something new at 1? Let's try something new. Notice we don't have to put the comma inside the message. The col adds that automatically. So I suspect this will override slot 1. And yes, so now we have a new slot 1, holding something new. Alright, you with me, chat? This making sense? So, please feel free, by the way, to anyone new here, feel free to stop me anytime. I'm just building stuff, but I also used to be a teacher, and I'm really happy to answer questions to anybody who's new to this stuff. It's really easy and fun to get into, but it also gets really complicated, so don't be embarrassed if you have questions. Alright, so that's how we store stuff. How do we get stuff back out of it? That would be recalling here. Recall the col. There's always disagreement about whether it's call or col or whatever, but... So, you notice this col object has the same name as this one. So they're both looking at the same place in memory. If I push a 1 in here, then I believe we're going to get whatever we're storing at slot 1 out. Yep, you can see it's printing symbol something new. That's what we expected. Int to retrieve an index and its data. So that's probably all we need. Nth returns an element from the index. Okay, so that might be useful. So let's say that we want the second number in the 3rd slot. what we would do, I believe, is create a message that says nth, and then we would say 3, 2. I think that would give us the second thing in the third row. Let's see if it works. Boop. Yep, that gives us 11.03, which you can see is the second number in our third slot. Making sense, chat? Cool, cool. Oh, Zez55. Wouldn't it make more sense to just store diatonic and shift the starting position? Yeah, I think that we're on the same page there. We will figure it out as we go. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that, you know, if you think about a major scale, you've got 7 notes in it. You've got root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you could think of those in distances from the root. So the second note in the scale, or rather, first note in the scale is going to be 0. That's 0 steps from the root. Second note in the scale is going to be 2. Oh, hey, Beard Pills. Don't have to apologize for being late. Good to have you. We got some new folks here. So yeah, we're just talking about scales. In fact, this is a good place to use the notes file. So, we want to store a scale in our col. And I think a good way to do that is to think about it from distances from the root. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scale degrees, right? Put this up here where y'all can see it. And the distance for the first scale from the root is 0 steps, right? And if we're in the major scale, we're thinking major here, then the second note is going to be 2 from the root, two half steps from the root. The third note, the major 3, is going to be 4 half steps from the root, C, D, E if we're in the key of C, right? Alexander Pano says, I think they're going to use more than just major scales. Oh yeah, we're just starting with 1. We're going to do all the different modes. Probably, we could do more than even the standard 7 modes if we want to, but I am a big advocate of do things one little piece at a time, and once you get that working, then you can expand. So we're going to start simple and work our way up. So we're going to just start with the major scale. We know what that is. So the 4th degree in the major scale goes up 5 half steps. That gives us F from C. Then it's G, so that's 7 half steps. And then A would be 9. And B would be 11. Yep. And then next up is the octave. So those are our numbers. And then we would want to have some way of designating what our root is. And for that, we're going to use a little keyboard, I think. So that is the plan. Store 1 scale to start with using distances from root. Start with the major. Then we need to be able to set the root and send that to each of our buttons. Alright, we have our goals defined. We kind of know what our tools are going to be. Let's go. We don't need this. So let's call our col scales. And let's start off by storing something in, I guess we'll do slot 0, because we're programmers here, and we like to start from 0. And this is going to represent the major scale. And my other reason for starting from 0 is that we're probably going to want to select this with a menu later, and menu indexes also start from 0. So 0, and then we have our distances that we worked out here. We can just copy and paste these, actually. Boop! So that should store our scale degrees in here. Let's see if it does. 1 bit at a time. Alright, cool. So there we go. Root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All with me? Cool, cool. Next, let's get a little tiny keyboard. We need a K slider. Let's just make this 1 octave, though. So, low MIDI key offset. We can stick 36, that's fine. But we only want 12 notes. Yep. So that takes us from C up to B. Lovely. So that's going to let us define our root. That's my thought. Let's put a little integer box here. Happy little integer box. I'm a Bob Ross fan. I don't know if you can tell. And so that's going to give us a root to start off with. And then say that we click. Probably going to want a menu. Let's get our menu in here. Menu. And let's give this is going to hold the names of our scales, I'm thinking. So let's start off with major. Cool. Let's also put a little integer box there. I believe that the item number, item number comes out the left. All good. Yep. So, our coal information comes out here. Let's make sure we're getting it. And we can probably plug our menu straight into this coal. You picking up what I'm putting down, chat? I'm thinking our user is going to select a root node over here, and then select a scale to go with that root node here. Cool, and that is working. So we've got our scale degrees coming out here that go with major. 0, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. 0, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. Yep, that's all 7 of them. Good times. And we're also going to want an octave with that, but we can deal with that later. Actually, let's deal with that now. I'm going to put one more number in here. We want 12. So now we can go from C to C or wherever. And the reason I'm doing that is because we have 8 PlayStation buttons to work with. So I think that will make the most sense. Alrighty. So then we need a way to send these numbers added to this note to each of our note patches here. This is a B patcher, so let's open it up. We're going to need a way to parse this message, because it's always going to have 8 integers in it, and send each one to a note here. We are designating our notes with a little #1, so this one is called square button. So we can use that to say square button is going to get the first note, and etc. So where do we set this note? The note should go into this keyboard here. That is the idea. This keyboard, whatever we're choosing there, we're going to eventually store as a preset, and it comes through here and gets triggered and added to whatever our octave is, controlled by the up-down D-pad. Alright, let's take everybody in here, and let's scoot them. We need more room. Scoot. Now, we need a receive. And we need to name this receive something with #1. And let's call it, how about scale degree? That works. So I do believe if I was to just send this an integer, let's say 69. Nice. Yeah, so this receives integers and it'll pass them along through our chain here, and that should work just fine. Famous last words, right, chat? I'm sure this will just work first time out with no problems at all. Yeah, you know, it be like that. So, let's close this. We should be able to see this in presentation. Yep. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Open original, unlock. I just want to be able to see this so that we can make sure we name our sends correctly. So let's go to presentation mode. We don't need this in presentation mode so much anymore. Let's remove from presentation. Alexander Pena says, what is the difference between #0 and #1 insofar as creating unique names for the objects? You know, actually, you've caught me. I can't remember. Can anyone else in chat help me out here? I've always just used #1. Because you've used #0 or --. You know, that's new to me. I think #0, does it just make up a name for you? Let's find out, actually. That's a good question. I kind of forgot about #0. I always use #1 because then you can just name it yourself. as the argument in your bpatcher, and I always end up using a bunch of arguments in my bpatchers. So I'm kind of curious, actually. I'm going to move this down and make this a little wider, because I want to see what it looks like once we lock here. And then I'm going to make another receive here just to test. Beardpill says no idea. That's all good, man. We're all learning here. That's the idea. I don't know either. So let's do a receive #0. And let's see what that renders to. Save. Close. Oops, I didn't add it to presentation. Derp. Hold up. You. Mysterious #0. Add to presentation. And, yeah, let's put it underneath here. I'm curious. I'm gonna make it big. Save. So, to reveal... Okay, yeah, it makes up a number for it. That's cool. Alexander Panos. Oh, yes. #0 randomly generates an integer. Cool. So yeah, that makes sense. That's good if you want to just make sure that something is unique and you don't really care what it's named. That definitely has its uses. But for our purposes, I like to explicitly name things because then you know exactly what they're for. When you're doing text programming languages, it's, I think, imperative to have well thought out variable names, because then your shit is readable and you can debug it later. And other people make code that is not readable, and then that makes me sad when I have to fix it later. So I try not to inflict that on people. So yeah, this one is called #1 scale degree, which will then render to square button scale degree. Mixing my capitalization here a little bit, but that's alright. I'll let that go for now. This way, we can now say, alright, we're going to need 8 sends. I'm going to say send, just S for send, since these are kind of long. And we want square, we have to be careful to name these correctly. Square button _ scale degree. Boop, boop, boop. 4 of those. Now we have 8 of them. Alexander Panos says, awesome, thank you. Hey, no problem, man. This is what we're all here for. I just learned something. I totally forgot about that. That is a useful tidbit to know. If you don't want to bother naming something in your bpatcher, but you just want it to be unique to that particular instance of your bpatcher, #0. Perfect for that. Thank you. That is exactly what we are all here for. So, square button. Let's do them in order here. Square, triangle. I play Street Fighter, so I'm kind of thinking of this like that. So, square, triangle, R1. Da da da. Da 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 da. R1. Right. We don't want button there. Square button, triangle button, R1. Cool. And then we want X button, circle button, R2. Yep, that's right. Tell me if I missed something here, chat. This is an easy human error part of doing this. Let's see. X button, circle button, but I guess we'll find out soon enough, right? If some of our notes don't display, then we'll know right away. And we want R2, not button, just scale degree. Cool. And then we just have L1 and L2. And that actually, yeah, so this is another instance of, like, kind of know what you're looking for is a good debugging technique regardless of language. And it's really codified in test-driven development, which sounds super fancy. But when you write tests for your code, you're saying, given these couple of conditions, I expect for this bullshit to happen. If this bullshit doesn't happen, my test fails. And the idea of test-driven development is you write that test, and then you write the code to pass it. Lots of people don't actually work in that order. Lots of people write their code and then write the tests. It just kind of depends on the task. You kind of keep the ideal in your mind, and things are never actually perfect in the real world. But in the world of Macs, we're kind of doing that too. So when we hook all this up, we expect that when we click major and we click E, we should see all of these keyboards change to show the E major scale in order. And if they don't, we know something is wrong and our test fails. Okay? Little side note into test-driven development there. Alright, back to the fun. So now we need to figure out how the fuck we are gonna send this to these 8 sends here. And I believe for that we want an unpack. Let's open it up and check the help file. Pretty sure this works the way I want it to. Yeah, so break a list into individual messages. And you tell unpack what to expect with its arguments here. So we have a list of 8 integers. They're always going to be integers, because we know that's what scales are. We have I, that's 6. I. That's too many. That's 9. I think that's right. We want 8 eyes for 8 buttons. Let's make this really big. Then we can see what's happening. So these 4 over here. And we want them in this order, because we want our scale to go up just as our buttons do. So square, triangle, R1, and then we want X, circle, R2, and then we want L2, no, L1, and then we want L2. I think that's right. Yes, I sing to myself while I'm at work to answer your unasked question. Alright. That's a good benefit for working at home, because then the only person who hears me sing about random bullshit is my husband. Alright, so I think if we plug this in here, and we have this in there, oh yeah, we will still need to add it to our little keyboard here. Where do we want to do that? I think we would do that easiest enough in... We could add a plus after this unpack here. Alexander Feda, sing scale decreases, you patch. I'm also guilty of this. Oh, thank God I'm not the only one. You know, whistle while you work, they say, right? Somebody said that. Let's see. We could put a plus in here. Or we could put a plus inside of the B patcher. It is less work to put it inside the B patcher. But this is actually a little programming question too. Whose responsibility is it to keep track of the root note? That is not the responsibility of this B patcher. Ideally, this B patcher just deals with playing notes. It will play them, it will turn them off, that's all it gives a fuck about. And I know there's a fancy coding term for this, but I don't remember what it is. But the idea is that you don't cross your responsibilities. This section of the patch that we're building right here, this is dealing with scales. This deals with playing notes. So we don't really want to cross those if we can. So I think what we want to do is add in a bunch of pluses here. Plus, which means we get to sing to ourselves some more. Well, we patch this in. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're going to move this there. This here. This here. I should have done this. Delete. Out of my way. This here. Oh my God, come on now. This here. Teeth engraved, don't cross the streams. I think that should be the actual programming term for this, yes. The, whatever fancy thing is for you should have different bits of your program have one responsibility at a time. Don't cross the streams. That's a great way to remember it. Alexander Panos, you could use Vexper with scalar mode 1 on the list coming out of coal instead of lots of pluses. Ooh, that's fancy. I haven't used Vexper before. You know what? I'm going to keep that in my brain and come back to it as a refactoring phase, because that's another thing I try to live by. Start simple, get something that works, then make it fancy and awesome. And I'm sure that is fancy and awesome, but we're real close now, and I just want to see if this actually works. And I think it will. So we've got all of our pluses here. And, you know, this might not be the most elegant thing, but we can make it elegant after we know that it works. We can make it pretty by doing Command Y to line it all up. How about that? Then I'm going to put these down. Make sure these are all connected. Yep, looking good. And then draw that, that, and that, and that, and this, and that. Take that, and that. Okay. Now we need to add to this guy. Oh, one thing. We do have to say whichever of these things changes, we want to trigger the calculation. So I'm going to use a trigger and say bang integer. So first we send the integer to each of these. Oh yeah, you can option drag your patch cords. I forgot about that. That makes this a little faster. Alright, we're getting there, chat. Can we take bets on whether or not this works first time out? Alright, so we trigger a bang back into our coal that will resend the scale and recalculate this if we change our root note. And then we should be off and away. What do you think? Is it gonna work? Let's do it. So, let's do F. Hey, that's looking good already. Can I get an F in chat? Except that this time it might be working. And let's choose major. Okay. That is a thing. I think that worked. So, we said major. And let's look at our keyboards here, and we said F. Let's actually do C, because then it's really easy to see. So, this should re-trigger. Thank you for the F. Thank you for the F, Alexander. Alright, so C. We should start here. We have A, let's zoom in. We have a C, D, E, nice. We have an F, G, A, nice. We have a B, and we have another C. Holy shit! It's looking like it might have worked. Let's see if it actually makes sound. Alright. Thank you for the C and the F, Beard Pills. Oh, right. Have to set our note out thingies. Here we go. We want to go to the IAC driver bus. And that goes out to Ableton and plays our DX7. Woohoo! Alright, here we go. Take two. Hey! That sounds like C major to me. Man, I thought this was going to be way harder than the octaves. Let's make sure we didn't break our octaves, eh? Up. Yeah! Looks like stuff's working. Up a couple octaves. Beautiful. Let's take a look in our synth. Yep, it's playing. That looks like C major to me. Woohoo! Woot! C, D, E flat, F, D, B flat, C. Nice. Woot! Thank you, Teeth Engraved. We are getting there. Rad! Oh my god, you guys, we did it! First try, almost. Real close. Just goes to show you, you never know what is gonna be easier. I feel like that was too easy. Let's see if we can switch to E. And then we can put more scales in. Yeah. Alright, dude. Fucking A. G. Dude. Alright. Beard Pill says, Alexander, I see you are a person of culture. I'm clearly not a person of culture. I'm like missing the joke here. Thank you, Starfish Ho. I love that little emote. That's amazing. Alright, more scales. Let's go. Let's do the rest of them. Oh, and we're going to want to save this in our coal. So let's bring this over here. And now I get to remember my modes while I'm on stream. Okay, so we're going to label these. So this is major. And let's do them in order. Dorian. Then the metal scale. Phrygian. And then we want Lydian. Lydian. And then we need 3 more. Oh yeah, Teeth Engraved says definitely hit save. Thank you. Good call. For real. Before I do this would be, if I was using GitHub, this is where I'd make a commit. In fact, I will even go so far as to do a save as. Alright, cool. Now, where was I? Lydian, now we want Mixolydian. Mixolydian. And then we want Aeolian. And lastly, the one no one uses, whoops, Locrian. I like Locrian. I love all the scales. I love them all equally. Alright. Dorian, so that would be starting from 0, then we go up 2, and then we have a minor here, so that would be 3. And then the rest is the same. And we still want a 12 at the end. Which is still there. Yes, okay, cool. And we would want this in... Oh, almost fucked something up here. We need a slot number at the beginning here. So this is going to go in 1. This one is in 0. Then this is going to be 2. I feel like I messed something up here. Hold on. So 0, 0, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. Yep. And we have 1, 0, 2, 3. Yep, that's right. We don't need a 4 here. Okay. Teeth Engraved says, they're my family. I love them all. Shades of Mr. B Natural. Oh, yes. If any of you guys have about, oh, I don't know, 10 minutes that you want to laugh like crazy, go and watch Mr. B Natural, done by Mystery Science Theater. Huge Mystery Science Theater fan. It's this old short from, like, God, the 50s, maybe? But, I can't do it justice. It's explaining the joy of music in the most 50s way possible. So, yeah. Alright, Dorian, we have... This should match major except for the 3rd scale degree. And it does. That's how we're going to do this. So this one is going to be in slot 2, because we're counting from 0. And then this should be 0 to... Oh, no. This matches major, except that we want a flat 2. 0, 1, 3, da da da, and then 5, 7, da da, and then we want a flat 6, da, and a flat 7. There we go. We got this. And then we want Lydian to be in slot 3. And that's going to be major except for the sharp 4. So 0, 2, 4. And then this one's going to be 6 instead of 5. And then the rest is the same. Let's just test those out so far. Again, do things in bite-sized chunks. We got one scale working. Let's get the next couple. If I was being really meticulous, I would do these one at a time. But fuck that. We're living dangerously. But not too dangerously. So, more menu items. Who's used U menu? Does this need a comma or spaces between them? I can't remember. I guess I could check in the help file. But, that's lame. No, it's not lame. Let's just go look. Yeah, it's commas. Alright. I think that's right. Let me look. I want a hint. Yes, okay. It wants commas. Cool. So we want edit major, comma. Now this one's going to be Dorian. This one is going to be Phrygian. And this one is going to be Lydian. Alright. There we are. Boop, 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 boop. Send all those to our coal. There they are. Cool. That's one cool coal. Let's try Phrygian first, because I'm a metalhead. Let's see if that works. And let's put it in D. Because then we can be in drop D, like all the cool guitar players. So we should be able to go up the scale starting from square. Let's go up an octave so we can hear it better. Sounding spooky so far. That sounds like Phrygian to me. Alright, chat. We are doing it. Alright, let's check Dorian. That's the jazzy minor scale. So 1, 2, flat 3 sounds right to me. Then we have 4, 5, and a major 6. Yep, that's right. Then we have... Oh, that should be a flat 7. My bad. Right. Da da da. Looking at my keyboard for a second here. Yep, flat 7. I screwed up. Herp-de-derp, that should be a 10. Alright, that's okay. That's why we test things as we go. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I have to reselect it from the menu. There we go. There we go, that sounds right. Neat. Alright, on to Lydian. I like to call that one the prog rock scale. Also from that one Beethoven thing, the da 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 da. Sounds right to me. Everything sounds all ethereal and floaty. Loving it. Loving it. All right. We got our first 4. We got 3 to go. Let's do this. And then we just have to make sure it actually saves. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And then we want 4, 5, 6. 7 modes, counting from 0, that works. Mixolydian is major, except for a flat 7, so that's going to be a 10. I like to think of that one as the Gary Newman scale. And then we have Aeolian, our good friend of all goth music and funeral doom. That's going to be the same as major, except with a flat 3, a flat 6. No, I said a flat 6. And a flat 7. There we go. And last of all, Locrian, which is like Phrygian on steroids. So we have 0, and then up a half step, so 0, 1. I'm going to cheat and look at my keyboard here. So B, C, D, so that's up 3. So flat 2, flat 3. Then 4. We got this, chat. 4 is still 5 steps, B to E. And then we have a flat 5, which is 6 instead of 7. So that's B to F, if we were in C. And then we have B up to G, which is, yeah, a flat 6, so that makes this 10. And last of all, we have B up to A, which is a flat 7 as well. So it's like everything flat, except for 4. Right. Locrian is such a weird scale. I love it. I did something wrong here. Why do I have 2 10s? Engraved says Dr. Locrian's Asylum. Yeah, totally. Wait, what did I do, chat? Okay. 0, 1, 3, 5. 6 is the flat 5. And then we want, oh yeah, 8, not 10. Yeah, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, okay, think we're right. Let's plug those in. And let's add them to our happy little menu. Edit. Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. Cool. Close this. Save. And bet we're gonna have to reset our MIDI, but let's just check these with the piano even. Beardville's E, F, G, A, F, D, E. F, Gaff, D. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing an in-joke here. But it's all good. You guys do you. Alright. Okay, no, we're still connected up. So let's see. We're in Mixolydian. D. D, E, F sharp. Sounding good. Wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. D, E, F sharp. That's a sharp 4. That's wrong. That's not right. What did I do? Oh, that's what I did. Wait a minute. No, 0, 1, 2, 3. Sounds like we selected Lydian by accident. But this is in slot 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. There we go. No, that worked. Okay, we're going to ignore that and call that one the max uncertainty principle. I guess I just didn't click something right. That's right. So major scale. And then flat 7. Sweet. We can still do our weirdness with the joysticks. Alright, rockin', we got Mixo. Let's go to Aeolian. Now we should get sad. In fact, we're in D, which is the saddest of all the keys. But something didn't work. Hold up, guys. Teeth engraved. It decided to be mysterious until you were looking. Yes! Dude, Max really has a habit of doing that sometimes. But honestly, it's not just Max. Like, I do a lot of JavaScript, and that one is particularly bad for it. JavaScript will do weird shit if it thinks it can get away with it. So, now, why didn't this take? Let's try selecting Aeolian again. That should really have sent. Maybe I need to, So 5 goes in here, and it should trigger our data and unpack. Maybe we didn't send Aeolian into our coal yet? Yep, we didn't. We didn't click all our things. We have to actually go and click this. And this. Is it in there now? Yes. There we go. Okay. So that had a real... That was an actual thing. That wasn't just Max being weird, it turns out. Let's try it again. So. There, now we're sounding nice and sad. Yeah! Soon we can be playing riffs just like we play combos. Alright. Last of all, Locrian. Alright, you guys, let's do it. Super spooky. Yep, that sounds like spooky old Locrian to me. Oh man, that's awesome! Now we don't have to set this by hand every single time. Let's change keys. Let's go to G. Nice. Sweet. Guys, it's working! How about it? I am so stoked. Thank you all for being here. Let's try another synth. What the hell? DX7 is awesome, but we've got lots of synths we can play with. Let's turn that off. And, yeah, let's have a little fun now that we have this new functionality in there. Oh, and let's hit save, because we're scared of things that could happen. And we're probably going to have to do something to make that autosave inside of that coal, but we can deal with that later. That's fine. I'm pretty stoked that this much is working. Let's give ourselves a little pat on the back for that, chat. We did good. Thank you for your help. Try generate. Thank you, Teeth Engraved. Yeah, let's do generate. I love generate. Where the hell is it? Newfangled audio. Yeah. Generate. Into the MIDI. And let's turn it on. And let's find a preset. Leads. Lead guitar. Fun. Alright, let's look around a little more. Pendulate. Leads. Analog-esque. Oh yeah. Mono. Let's make it poly. Oh, I like it. Alright, let's throw some shit on the joysticks. What do you say, chat? We gotta come over here and say configure. And we're gonna do... Oh, well, let's find something that sounds cool. What do you think? Throw stuff out there if you have any ideas. There's always filter. Filter's good. Let's add some resonance to it. Starfish show. Ooh! Yeah, man! This is fun. Okay. How about chaos shape? Ooh, that's exciting. Let's do that one for sure. Let's put that one on the left joystick X. How about that? We gotta find 3 more things, at least. Wave shaping. Yeah, thanks, Ethan Grave. Let's do some wave shaping. Let's try fractal. Turning up the fold sounds pretty cool. Keep the symmetry up. Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, folds is good. How about the chaos amount here? That sounds nice. Adding some higher harmonics in there. Cool. Yeah, let's do folds. Whoop. And let's do the right joystick on filter, frequency, and resonance. How about that? Alright. So now we need to jump over to our patch and map these. We get to use our MIDI mapping mode we made a couple weeks ago. And so we turn that on. We have to lock the patch. That disconnects our signal. And then we would just click each of these buttons to map our joysticks. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go MIDI map. Boop. And we can leave those DX7 ones in there. So let's go chaos shape. And we'll put that left joystick X. Folds. That's going to go left joystick Y. And then we'll do filter stuff on our right joystick. Alright, X and Y for frequency. X for frequency, Y for resonance. Okay, chat, are we ready? Let's do this! I would call this the next bonfire. Thinking of Dark Souls. If this succeeds. And let's pick us a scale. Let's do Aeolian. And let's do F. I like F. Nice. Let's open up our synth. Oh, I think I need to... Yep, gotta turn MIDI mapping mode back off again. And then our joysticks should work. Okay. Yeah, there's the filter. Sick. And let's try the left joystick. Oh, dude! Let's go up an octave. Hey! Filter's working. Feels pretty good. Dude. Teeth and Grave says, sounds awesome. Thank you. It's wicked fun to play. And hey, shout out to Teeth and Grave. This was your suggestion, putting the scales in. And this is what we're all here for. We get to suggest things to each other. And I'm going to make this patch available to all of you over Discord once it's done. and then you can do your own stuff with it. Woohoo! Oh my god, you guys, that's so much fun. I think that's a good point to call it for the night. But we did it. Guess what? We get to go into our notes file here and put a happy little done next to today's mission. We got it. Woohoo! Oh, we do have a good time with this stuff. Shall we go and raid somebody? What do you say? Let's see who's up. I think that would be a good time. Oh, and come back next week, and I will definitely have a Discord channel ready for all of you. And if you just check out the Twitch channel, I'm going to have an invite list up on there for y'all, and then we can share music with each other. You can share your own Max projects or in other programming languages. Really, I want to hear from anything that you're doing that's creative, or like cool tools that you've found, Ableton Racks, other Max patches, Max for Live things. Other programming languages are welcome too. I'm going to be doing other projects on this channel in doing some artistic stuff in Ruby on Rails and JavaScript at some point, and branching out into C++ for VSTs at some point as well. So yeah, come back and we will totally do more of this and break things together and figure them out as we go. And Starfish O says, this was fun. Yay! Dude, it was fun for me too. Thank you sincerely to all of you guys for coming out tonight. This was like my biggest stream yet. You guys were super fun. Let's go raid somebody and spread the love. I'm so glad you had fun. Alright, who is up? We got... Hey, let's go check out Portal Walker. I just met him today on Reddit, and he seems cool. He does Beat Saber stuff, and is also a game dev, though he doesn't stream much of that anymore. I think right now he's just dancing the night away to some K-pop on Beat Saber. So let's go and give him some love. Thank you again, and I'll see you all next week. And yeah, this was super cool. I'm all bubbly and happy. See you guys later. Good night. Start raid. Let's go. Something went wrong. Try running that action again. Hey, I knew we were going to hit a bug sometime. Raid channel. Portal Walker. Start raid. Let's go. Something went wrong. I finally have people to raid and it won't friggin' let me. Oh my god. Oh, Lord. Let's try one more time. Let's try Kung Fu Fruit Cup. Nope. Let's try reloading the page. Oh my gosh. Meh? Oh well. Okay, you guys. Hang in there. Let's try it again. Raid channel. Let's go. Yar. Anything? Anything? Come on now. Oh my god. Please, sir. Right, yeah, Zez55, at least it was Twitch bug. Please. Can we please? There we go. Yeah? Start. There we go.